All right. What up, world? It's your boy GM, Talkingshift. We got a new guest today, and he actually knows Del Boogie, the first person that we had on video over here. It's my guy, DJ Vetti, man.
What's up, man? How's it going?
It's going good, brother. Glad to get you down here. You actually reached out to me to come on, which was dope because, most of the time when it's me reaching out to somebody like, bruh, please come down. Please come talk to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, man, somebody's reaching out to me to come talk. I was like, yeah, we definitely got to have this guy on, man.
Of course. It's I feel like it's a good way to how can I say, push out my branding. And also I heard and seen your last interviews and podcasts, and I thought it's pretty dope.
Right on,
So I
man.
wanna
I
get part of
appreciate
it.
the love, man. And vice versa. As soon as you reached out to me, I was like, man, I got to check out who this is. And I was like, I mean, it's dope that you have a good following, but I was like, oh, you work with some cool people too. Like you've been featured on some cool projects. So for the people that don't know, you're a DJ and a producer.
Yep.
Are you like an artist at all too? Do you ever?
So I'll say it like this. I don't rap or anything like that or sing over my beats. I do produce my beats and also engineer them.
Okay.
So I try to do it basically like a DJ Khaled type of thing.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I see that.
Like have basically have the people featured on it, but still it's under me. So I would have to purchase the rights to their verses,
Yeah.
and so it's just all mine. And I'll just conduct it the way I want it to be.
It's kind of cool that you're doing that because it takes a real hustler to want to be able to reach out to people and do it that way. Because most people, they're just constantly out there trying to look to work for somebody, right? But the way you do it, you kind of work it for yourself in a way.
Exactly. I just want to like work hard, branch out, and at the end of the day, my rewards will come to me. That's what I think about it like as.
So take me to the through the Genesis story, man. How did everything start for you? What turned you on to music?
Well, but my inspiration to music was my dad.
Okay.
He was a DJ for a group called Total Devastation, like back in the day.
Yeah.
And so he would make their beats, produce like their whole album. And so that was like in the 90s. And then going on to the early 2000s, he would do more compilations. Basically what I'm doing now, have people rap over his beats and put it out as his own CD.
Okay.
So he's always going to bring me to the studio, back like in the Baby District. He always used to bring me to the studio and like show me like the ins and outs on what to do. So I always got fond of that. And also too is I always just wanted to see what I could do with it.
Okay.
And like he really taught me a lot in beat making. And so I just I use all that information and put my own like spice into it. And so that's how I came up with I'll come up with DJ Vetti.
Okay.
I was like, all right, now it's time for me to produce my own stuff. And I think it was about 2 years ago when I released my first song under me.
Okay.
Yeah, I always had the idea of doing like a DJ Khaled type of movement, but I never really got pushed into it. So 2 years ago, I did a song called "Menace to Society."
We saw that one today. We saw the video.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. So that was my first music video too. That was a pretty dope concept. Like
Who shot that one?
It was damn it.
He gonna kill you now, huh?
Yeah, I know. Oh shit, here we go. It was fuck.
We'll find it on the break. Don't even worry about
it.
Who was all on that project? Because I seen you work with some of them other times too, right?
Yeah.
Who's the main ones on the project?
So the main ones on that track,
On the Menace Society.
Menace Society was Fast Eddie.
Yeah, that's who I see.
Fast Eddie L2X.
Okay.
Or L2 times. I think I'm saying it right. And also Don Stadium. So I have a song, like more songs with all three of them, like separately,
individually.
Yeah.
Okay. Who was like the first people, or who was the first person that you actually started working with, kind of exclusively? Because I saw you work with a couple of them. I think it was Fast Eddie. I think you did a few songs with him.
Yeah.
But who do you work with? Kind of like, who's your core group?
My core group. Well, the group I'm currently in, it's called Stripe Gang. So basically, it's a group of us, right? I have my homie SV Chucky, Spider, and Tay. I be working with them, send them beats, but this is before, I really like put my credit onto them. So they were like individually, I'll try to work with them.
Mm-hmm.
But for my other songs, individually would be like Fast Eddie. Like he's pretty dope because he could spit on any type of beat that I'll give him,
Mm-hmm.
and he'll put lyrical content into it too. So I like that part of it. And then, I'd be trying to do stuff with L2 Times or Don Stadium. We actually have a new song out right now. It's called No Rules. So I got the hoodie on for
Okay.
it. So,
good branding.
cool.
I like that. Good branding. You got a real Bay Area sound, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that in a good way. What would you say is kind of the quintessential Bay Area sound for you?
I would say probably the bounce I have to the drums.
Okay.
It's more like it's up tempo, but it's also chill. Like it's like every beat I make is it will be a different type of sounding like instrument like in the background, but I'll always keep my Bay Area sound in my drums.
Yeah.
And so I'll make like a trap type of beat, right? Or like a soul sample type of beat, but I'll always have to include a Bay Area part of it into it.
Yeah.
Which would be the drums. And since people out here
is that the Bay Area sound? Is it our drums? What would you think
so?
so?
I'll say it's the drums and like the BPM from like 85 to 104.
Okay.
That's probably like the ratio that is.
Is that coming up? Okay. No, my bad.
You good.
Is that a bass, like, is that the where you want to stay? Like, is that the bass sound? Is it a certain BPM or like? Because I'm thinking back to like, I grew up in the hyphy era, right? Mm-hmm. And like, I'm thinking back to like what was it about every song, and it's just a feeling I really got. You know what I mean? It was like that high energy, hyphy kind of feeling, but I never could boil it down to one specific part. So, like when you're starting for your process for making beats, what do you like to focus on first? Do you like to focus on like a melody? Do you like to focus on drums? Do you like to focus on? Because I heard you sample a little bit too.
I like to focus on the melody and like the sampling first.
Okay.
And then I add the drums after.
Okay.
So once I get the sample down, and then I get I go into like a little creative process of basically how a dope like Bay Area sounding tempo will go with that sample. Mm-hmm. And, I put it into fruition. And so it's that, the sample, I go into that first.
So I saw you had a couple projects on Thizzler.
Yeah.
On Thizzler on the Roof, right? On YouTube, but it's just the Thizzler, I think, on Instagram. Mm-hmm. What was that process like? Because, everybody from the Bay Area that starts to blow up, it seems like goes through you throw through Thizzler, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So Thizzler, it's how can I say it? To be in music, you have to put in a lot of money into it.
It's an investment.
Yeah, it's an investment.
It's a business. So it's not just for fun.
Exactly. I see Thizzler as the promoting website. Mm-hmm. So basically, I would, I hit them up, say I need a promotion for this song or this album, and they'll give me a bunch of like packages on what I could, purchase.
Okay.
And then usually, all my like Bay Area sounding songs or like my very up tempo ones, I'm gonna put that on Thizzler because the crowd will like it more.
Yeah.
So the
crowd that you're catering to.
Yeah, exactly. But like, if I have like a cool like slow R&B one, I don't know if that would like go well with like every other thing that's like there. It'll be different, but I don't know how the reception would be coming back.
Yeah, so I feel you. Has that exposure like been good for you?
Yeah.
Like, have you got a lot of feedback from that?
Yeah, I actually have a lot of feedback from it. It's pretty funny. It's like people actually hit me up on like Instagram saying like, "Hey, you make some dope beats. Like, what's your process?" Like, basically they give me like a little interview in my DM. I'm like, all right, it's cool. But then they would ask me to collab.
Okay.
So then I'll be like, okay, that's cool, because I do need like some. I would like to collab with different producers.
Okay.
So it'd be like instead of one creative mind, it'd be two, and it'll be like a better beat. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool exposure that Thizzler does.
Who would you say is like the one person from the Bay Area that you really want to work with?
Who, man?
I'll give you like top three. Top three. Like if you're gonna work on a project and it's like your dream project, and you're like, oh man, I gotta have them on this. Who would that be?
Okay. It's a feature on my songs. I Am Sue.
Okay.
I Am Sue. Producing, like a co-producing,
Yeah.
is Pilo.
Okay.
I feel that'd be a cool little mixture. I think that'd be dope. And then my third is right now, right? You saying right now?
It could be all time.
Damn. All right. See
Damn,
that.
it opened it all the
Yeah,
way
you,
up.
you opened up the you opened up the gates on that one. All right. Damn. All right. Forgetting someone. I think. Nah, that's Sacramento. I don't think that counts. Let's see.
Wouldn't it have to be Mac Dre?
Yeah, I was like, you can say use Mac J all time. Mac J all
All right,
time.
we'll count
yeah.
Mac Dre out of it.
Okay. Damn. E40.
Okay.
Yeah, E40.
Hell yeah. He grinds, man. He's got that Bay Area hustle. You know what I mean? He puts in work, and he's an entrepreneur even outside of the game.
You know he does? Oh my god. So one of the songs I have is called In This Club.
Okay.
And it's a dope, club song, right? It's a cool ass song that could be for the radio. Like it's cool, like production.
Can we put it on here?
Yeah, you can
put
it
that
on.
We'll put that one when we get onto the break.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
So the basically me and this Don Stadium, because he's featured on there. We went to go to 106 KMEO to try to have that song get played like on like the it's like
on air.
Yeah, on air. Like on Fridays though. Like it's like a special like contest type of thing where they play it like at 12 o'clock at night on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like a cool little time slot. They let local talent get played. So I was like, okay, let me try to do that. And when we were doing the interview, the guy was feeling the song, but he was like, man, you're gonna have people like really vote on it because we still have people like E40. He still submits to that.
Oh,
I was like, for real? I was like, oh my god, he's big. Like, damn. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So I was like, damn. So it shows you that he still really grinds on getting his music played out there, even if it's like at 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Like he still wants it out there in different times. So it's pretty cool.
That's like even back to the old school days, that out the trunk hustle is really like being an entrepreneur is big for Bay Area people.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about like building brand, especially like you came in with the promo hoodie, you know what I mean? Yeah. And you put a lot of effort into having good videos and good content out there, you know what I mean? And that's really important. A lot of people just think, oh, I make a song and I put it out there and it's just going to get played, right? And it's not that simple at all.
Nah.
There's a lot of effort that goes into beyond just the making the beat side. What do you think about what do you think about that whole process? Building brand, hustling, really pushing your work. What are the avenues nowadays that people are really doing that?
Well, I'll say it takes two things. It takes time and patience, I'll say. Because once you release a song, it's not going to automatically just blow up like you said, right? So you really do got to pay for the promotion. And then you just really got to promote it on every social media as much as you can to get people to, to go listen to it. So it's a very big part of it. I'll say, what was the question? What was I sorry?
Well, like building brand and building your following. It's not just, like I said, not just putting it out there and the people are going to come to it. You got to really find views nowadays. You know what I mean? Especially through all of this coronavirus stuff. Everybody's on their phone, right? And everybody's fighting for those views. So it's not, you got to build up those views, and it's not just happening just from putting that, putting it out. You got to put a lot of effort into like even doing ads, like on Instagram ads,
yeah, marketing
ads
is like a very big part of it.
Yeah,
like putting the music out, that's small, but marketing is like the whole thing that you really have to do to get people to hear that.
Yeah.
So that's
what do you
like
do for your
part.
marketing? Like what's been successful? Like what's been the most successful for you building your brand, especially out here in the Bay Area?
The Dizzler content. That's very successful because people tune into Dizzler. Like they actually, go through it. And, they see my song, to go click it, and they'll like it. So, especially with this new song I have right now with No Rules, I took steps into doing it because it costs money, and then COVID, and so it's like, money is short. Yeah, so it's 100%. Like, you really got to, like, kind of, like, put the money in, like, good places.
Yeah.
So, with No Rules, first I did, when I released it, I had them release on their SoundCloud. Because I was like, that's probably going to get plays. They got, like, 8 80,000 followers.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure she gets some plays. So it got plays on there. I was like, all right, that's cool. And then whatchamacallit? Then I had to pay for it to be promoted on their website. And then I looked on their SoundCloud, it was adding up more. And so I was like, damn, okay, that's what's up. And then, I'm starting getting feedback like through the DMs. And then now I had to pay for the Instagram, the slap or nah. And it keeps adding up, people following me, this and that. Now, I feel like the very last part is trying to put a video out with them because you get a lot of views from that. It's like Men's Society.
I think they almost have like 1 million followers. Yeah. I think they have like 950,000 followers right
exactly.
now.
So you're guaranteed to get views on those.
Yeah.
On those stuff, on their YouTube.
Yeah, that's like the biggest Bay Area platform there is, right?
Exactly.
Like,
so it's a
I
good
don't know
investment.
of anything else.
It's a good investment.
Yeah.
There's Bay Area Compass. I tried with them, but it's hard. Like, I don't know, it takes time.
Yeah.
I'll say it takes time. Building a brand is.
What about other than like Thizzler? Like, what about what other than Thizzler? What's been successful in terms of marketing, like, or even branding?
Yeah, I was like, what's pretty helpful is that it's that you pay for the sponsorship on Instagram.
Oh yeah, the pay.
That actually is pretty helpful because when you see the insights and how many people actually click the websites or click your profile, it actually adds up, and they do reach out to a lot of people.
And you could target exactly. I mean, it's real specific. I do social media marketing, so
exactly. The funniest thing is, it requires a Facebook.
Yeah.
To get it. So I had to create a Facebook and shit because I didn't have one.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, man, I need a Facebook. All right, for sure. So I just have one random ass Facebook out there.
But the insights it gives you is crazy. Like when when I'm doing stuff for gyms or for these other businesses, like you really see like, okay, so these are the people that's looking. And then from there, you can find ways to target those people even better.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's what people did before this, I have no idea. You know what I mean? Because they were they were cutting a record and they were on a wish and a prayer. Like, I hope they like this song. They
were out there, burning the CDs. Just passing them out.
Yeah.
So you get the place. Like you see, like when I went to New York, there'd be a lot of people, just giving me like the free CDs and stuff like that. I'm like, damn.
Or Venice Beach in LA. Yeah.
It's like it's a crazy hustle, but it could work. You give it to the right person and they could flip it.
Yeah, man. Oh. All right, and we're back. Don't mind me. Camera went out a little bit, had to fix something, but we got it.
It's all good.
It's a learning process, man. Like I've never done anything technical like this. Like I've never had I always wanted to make videos and things like that, but this right here has been as much as I've actually been exposed to doing videos and stuff like that. Like I used to do social media marketing. I still do it a little bit. But I usually just make like videos off my phone. It's crazy, like the quality that you can get just with your phone.
Definitely.
We had a producer in here last week and they did a whole album. It took 2 weeks back and forth to find the songs that they wanted to sample. The DJ would sample the song, make the beat like in a day, send it back, and they'd approve it. So it took 2 weeks for the production for the songs to get done
on the phone.
Well, no. Like,
okay.
I'll get to the phone part. Trust me, I'll get there. No, like just emailing back and forth, right? But they recorded all 11 songs in one day.
Oh shit!
And then two of the songs they did music videos all off of their phone. And it's just like him standing in front of the Golden Gate Bridge rapping, right? And it looks like a FaceTime video, right? But the way they edited and everything, it was kind of slick. And I was like, damn, like people are getting crafty, especially like with coronavirus. Like people have to be really like creative on how they go about doing everything because you can't get like 10 people up in the studio or you can't get hella people for a video shoot, right? So he just did it all in his phone. I was like, man, that's creative.
What's the pandemic, the corona? I feel like it's showing everybody's like creative side to everything.
Yeah.
Like everybody I know is having a side hustle now.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? Like, dang, like.
I didn't even know you did that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, damn, okay.
Yeah.
So it is pretty cool. My thing is like, since it's a whole pandemic and corona, my thing is if you haven't learned something during corona and you never adapted a new skill after corona, then basically you just wasted the whole time you could have done learning.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. So
I'm a what's the word, like a perpetual student or something like that. I forget what it's called. I love learning things. I'm the type I always need to be learning something new, and like I have to be doing something creative. You know what I mean? So yeah, I learned a bunch of new little skills throughout this whole thing, but it's been interesting sitting back, seeing how musicians kind of create and interact with each other. Have you worked on songs during all this too with other artists?
Like during this COVID?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So right now, I'm trying to make a new album right now.
Yeah.
So the creative process, obviously, you know, it's COVID. People really can't be with each other all like that. They want to meet up at the studio. You know, it's kind of like face mask and everything.
Yeah.
But basically, even since like my last album that I put out, patiently waiting, by the way. But it's I do a lot of stuff through email.
Yeah.
So basically, you know, I give them the money for the verse, and then they tell me what the song's gonna be about. Then they send me the recording of their verse. They ask me if I like it or not. I said it's good. They send me that whole verse. I put it in my computer, mix and master it, and then put it on the song. So basically, the way I've been working is kind of like how it is still right now. Is everything is through email. It's kind of it's different, but it's kind of a dope way. It's kind of funny, but it's cool.
I don't know. Have you been working through all of this, or have you been chilling at home like the majority of people in California?
Yeah, I've been working through all this. Okay. Like in work. Yeah, I've been working through all this.
Because for a lot of people that haven't been working, it's kind of you know, for a lot of people they get like writer's block. You know what I mean? But when they have to sit there all day, it kind of gives them time where it forces them to have to kind of write or be more musical than they would usually be. I feel like for a lot of people they've been, you know, well, I'd say it's 50-50. Some people have been more active, and then some people have kind of just went into hibernation mode. Yeah. But it's good to see you through it, still wanting to be creative and really push the envelope for everything that you're trying to do, man.
Of course.
Tell me about the project that you're working on right now.
So the project I'm working on right now, I actually don't have a title for it or like, you know, a set date. Right now, No Rules is the first song to come off that project. I have a new song that I'm planning to put out either next week or the week after that. It's called Castaway. Okay. It's featuring Sambo and C. Jones. And so I'm going to put that out. And then I actually have another song I'm working on right now called A New King. That's featuring Ozer. That's the homie. And I don't know if you heard of Locksmith, the Locksmith.
Yeah, from back in the day?
Yeah, he's going to be on it.
Hey, that's tight. That's
exactly.
tight.
So, you know, like the way the beat is, I need some more bars on it. Like, it's just...
Nobody like him.
Exactly. I was like, damn, once I hit him on Instagram, I was like, damn, I wonder if he's going to hit me back. That's kind of funny. He actually did. So I was like, fuck, all right. Shit, I'm about to collab with this dude.
He was on, I think, wasn't he on the... MTV had like a rap battle thing.
Yeah.
And didn't he win or something like that?
Yeah, he won.
Yeah.
He's a pretty dope ass rapper. Exactly. Even to this day, I'm like, damn, I was watching the freestyles he be doing on Sway in the morning. I'm like, fuck, this dude really be gassing.
Is that the craziest person that you've ever like reached out to hop on something to, you know, to hit you back?
I'll say to complete having a collaboration, yeah, that would be like the highest it's been. I mean, my last song, No Rules, that has Skipper from HBK Gang.
Okay.
I thought, once I see the blue verified check, I'm like, okay, yeah, you know, they're kind of big, so I wonder if they're going to at least reply to me or not. So every time I see that and they do reply to me, it's pretty cool. Yeah. It's pretty funny.
Little ego boost.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, actually. Yeah, I was like, hopefully they check my shit. And so I think the one I try to reach out to, I tried to reach out to Pilo. That dude did not hit me back. I was like, man. Him, Derek King.
He Hollywood.
Yeah. Shit, he be living out there probably.
Yeah.
Derek King. You heard of him?
I'm not familiar.
He's like an R&B singer kind of.
Okay.
He has a song called Tetris. I don't know if you heard of it, but he hit me back, but his shit was like, I think almost 2,000.
Oof.
I was like, whoo. This was like last year too.
Yeah.
So I was like, when I first was getting started. So I was like, whew, man, I wish.
You know, speaking of which, we were talking about it off camera a little bit ago. You've been producing for how long?
2 years.
Now, I was hearing some of your songs all day today. and that didn't sound like somebody that was producing for 2 years. You know what I
Actually,
mean?
appreciate
So
that.
I think growing up with somebody to kind of show you the ropes a little bit must have gave you a big boost, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, of course. He'll give me the tools. He'll give me like the feedback on what I need to do, what I don't need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when it comes to like the mix and mastering part. It's a pretty good tool. Plus, like my mom's, she be always playing like old school music. So I always have like that sample sound coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
So it's cool. Growing up in a house full of people who love music, it really like created a dope mind in my head.
Yeah. Who's some of your old school like who do you look up to from the old school music? Who do you like to sample? Who do you like to listen to? Like what gives you inspiration?
How old school you going?
I mean, I grew up. So my dad was a R&B singer out here in the Bay Area in like the 70s and the 80s.
Okay.
So like, and then I have family that played with like Earth, Wind and Fire,
Okay,
or
yeah,
like the
yeah.
Whispers,
Yeah.
or I mean, even you could go
Okay,
as
yeah, you
old
going
as you
right
want.
there.
I mean,
Yeah,
you could even talk about later than that, like coming up closer to
Yeah, like
90s, whatever.
people like to sample. Like like Otis Redding.
Okay.
Like he's cool. Teddy Pendergrass. Like cool bass lines. So, like Isley Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like Biggie Smalls. He'd be sampling them.
Okay.
But like they have some dope ass bass lines and drums that'd be hidden. Them. I like to say. Let's see. I sampled hella people. Yeah, I sampled some people. Shit.
What do you look for when you're trying to find a song for sampling? Like, are you looking for a bass line? Are you looking for a certain melody, a certain drum beat? Like, what do you look for?
Certain melody.
Certain melody?
Certain melody and tone. What I like to do is when I sample, I like to get that sample and change the pitch of it and make it sound like, how like when back in the day, like Kanye, when he first came out, College Dropout,
Mm-hmm.
like his
that's
sample,
my favorite.
yeah, when his sample beats, like he sample songs, but he'll turn up the pitch. And like it sound like like Alvin and Chipmunks, like they sound like they singing.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to do that with my beats. Find a certain part of the beat, chop it up, and put the pitch up, and try to flip it into a way it's not really the same.
Yeah.
I like to have people not notice there's a sample in it, or try to guess that sample.
Yeah.
In my last album, Patiently Waiting, I sampled newer people like Chris Brown. Sampled Are You Down with Brandy? Sampled that one, Tyrese.
Okay.
So, I don't sample just the old school people. I do sample new school people too, to give it like a different flavor.
Yeah.
And so it's pretty dope.
That's tight,
It's a dope
man.
process.
Do you like when you're listening to the sample, do you already have like an idea of like, oh, I'm gonna flip it and it's gonna sound like this? Or do you hear it and be like, oh, that sounds sweet. I wonder what I could do with it?
The second part, like you said,
Yeah.
like I'll be like, damn, that shit sound crisp. Like, let me just chop that out real quick. The hardest part is actually trying to chop it out and have it on beat with the BPM you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And like the way I make beats, if I find a sample and I put it like say 83 BPM.
Mm-hmm.
I put it on the scale 83 BPM. You really have to cut it at like good points, because if you don't, then the drums and like the clap is gonna be hella off, and people are gonna notice that.
Yeah.
So you really gotta tweak it and like find the perfect spots once to pinpoint.
Yeah. Well, that kind of must be like kind of relative to your other skill.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Were you DJing before you were producing?
Yeah. So about 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, I got into DJing.
Okay.
Because also my dad, he was a DJ also, so he'll tell me, he'll give me his he'll get like a new CDJ, and he'll give me his old one. So I'd be like, all right, that's cool. So I'll take up DJing. It was kind of a hard process because he had hella turns I didn't know about before beat making. Before he was like, this is the kick. I was like, the who? Like the kick. I was like, you mean the kick? He was like, nah. He was like, it's when the bass comes in. It's like that bass drum. I was like, oh, okay. And so it was a while to develop through my high school career, and then after high school, then I started getting into more of a DJing parties, like house parties, school dances. Yeah, anything I could get, I'll do just to get the practice in. Like 2 years ago, I was trying to get into a lot of clubs to DJ at, and it's hard because at that time the following was low, and to be a DJ really, you have to know a lot of genres of music, like do different types. Yeah. That's what a lot of clubs are looking for, like top 40 hits, EDM. me, I'm only hip hop and R&B. Yeah. So there's only so much I could do. So I'll give them a tape, and then they'll feel it, but they're like, damn, we need someone that could play this at certain times and this and that. So, you know, I try to adapt a skill like that. So I did bars before. It was cool.
What do you think about, like, a lot of these people these days call themselves DJs, and they're like
DJ academics?
Yeah, he don't DJ at all, huh? He just be sitting there bullshitting, talking shit, huh?
So from what I heard, he be rapping now, but
oh my God. He be gossiping way too much.
So
man.
From the history of him, supposedly he DJ'd in college. And that's how he got the name DJ Academics.
With like an auxiliary club report or something? Like what?
I don't know. He said it'd be bump. Like when I be watching like that everyday struggle shit, they always be clowning him off of that, and he always try to hit him back with that. I DJ'd in college, so yeah. It'd be like that. But you know,
a lot of the especially more so in like the EDM music, like it seems like they're not even really like they're just pressing buttons. Like I guess there must be some skill there somewhere, but
so I'll say like the skill with them. A lot of people make fun of for turning the knobs. You know, the high pass, the low pass, and all that shit, right? So you know, I guess it takes a skill to do that because a lot of them actually do be going pretty far with it.
Yeah.
But a lot of them, I do notice they do just press the play button, and then they let the song drop, and then. You know,
yeah, I lived in Vegas for a little bit, so I was like, "This is DJing."
Exactly, like you're like, he's not really touching the board, but the song is changing all of a sudden. I feel like some of them do play mixes, and like hype up the crowd, say the shit. People don't notice it. The thing is though, as long as people are dancing, having a good time, then they did their job.
I think a lot of people at that wherever they're DJing are so damn high that they're gonna have a good time regardless.
Exactly.
That's like. I don't know, maybe hip-hop DJing is probably a little bit harder.
It's harder. The technique of scratching is the hardest shit. Oh, my God.
Well, look at, like, what's his name? What's the DJ? What's the Filipino dude from back in the day? Qbert from the Invisible Scratch Pickles, right? Mm-hmm. Like, shout out Filipinos. Showing love. But, like, that was from, like, the 90s, right? 80s and 90s. Like, that's that's the beginning of hip hop, and there was Filipinos in that. That's kind of crazy.
That was the time my dad he would DJ with him sometimes.
Yeah.
Hubert. So he would do competitions like the same ones that he be doing and shit like that. Mm-hmm. So it seems like the traditional type of DJing, like the popularity did kind of fall off, but there's still some people that's still putting it down. Yeah. That's pretty dope.
Who does that nowadays? Like who's still touching vinyl and
touching vinyls,
or it could be digital stuff.
Digital stuff I could say is like DJ. There's like DJ Bite Size. She's pretty cool, local DJ.
Okay.
Like I know a lot of local people, like DJ Midnight. I've never heard of him. Like DMP group. Yeah,
I haven't heard. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't heard of a lot of new DJs. You know what I mean?
Like he's part of DNP. They're most of the people that mostly throw a lot of they host a lot of events at different types of Bay Area nightclubs. Okay. So he's pretty cool. There's another DJ that's pretty raw. I forgot what the fuck his name. But he's an official DJ for the Oakland Raiders. Okay. So he does DJ like actual battles though, like Red Bull competitions. Yeah. And I went to a DJ seminar one time, and then like I met him, and I was watching him DJ. It's like that shit is like natural, like just scratching. I'm like, fuck, that's hard.
Red Bull puts a lot of money into music. Like, who was that? What's his name? I think French Kiwi Juice or something like that. FKJ, but. I just seen them like on like Red Bull sessions. They always have like crazy ass producers, DJs, and
they hold a lot of events, which is dope. Yeah, I always wanted to do like a producer battle type of thing. I actually did one on Instagram Live. I made it past the first round. I got played the second round. I'm not gonna lie. They hated on me.
What happened?
Because basically, when I come to the DJ battle, I was looking at it as like a battle, like battle beats. Like, my beats are trying to, like, murder that other beat. The judges are making it more of, like, what sounds overall better? What would you rap over? Like, that type of thing. I was thinking of beat battle more of a beat battle. Yeah, okay. So, the beats I was producing drill beats. Like, Pop Smoke.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. That was my first time producing drill beats. So I was like, let me try to do and see how far I could go with first producing this.
Yeah.
I made it past the first round. Shit was fire. Second round, I made an even better beat. But the thing is, what they did was they had the guy I was facing. He was a little kid. He was like 12 years old. And they gave him a whole ass background story. And his interview, oh my God, his interview was longer than mine. I was like, come on, man. And they kept, his name was Black Guys. They kept playing his beat every single time. They're like, well, we're going to play Black Ice's beat. They're like, well, while we wait
hella airplay.
Yeah, they're like, well, if you guys haven't heard it, we'll play Black Ice's beat. I only got played like 3 times. I'm like, damn. By the time people in the comments like, damn, by the time you guys are done judging, you're just gonna choose him automatically because you just know it.
Repeated over and over and over. That's shady.
And what he did wrong was the beat was supposed to be more than 30 seconds long. His was less than 30 seconds. Mine was longer. So it's just mine had transitions too. Because what I like to do with beats is I like to have a beat and then switch it up and make it to a different beat. His beat was the same exact shit. It was just a regular trap beat.
I love that. In songs nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
where, you know, especially if there's a tempo change or something in it, I really like that a lot. But I like how, I don't know, like Drake does it even a lot. You know what I mean? Like they'll switch the beat up halfway. And
exactly. See,
I love that.
I always had that idea of that even when I first started. It was like, damn, you know, it'd be cool if you just switch up the beat in the middle, give it something surprising. You know, like the No Rules song, how it's like it's a very hyped up like first part of it, right, of the chorus, then it switches right into a barrier beat right after.
Yeah,
it's like I like the way it switches because it gives people different reactions. So a lot of the beats I'm making now, like a lot of the songs, are gonna have switches in them. At one point in time, they're gonna have switches, and it's just gonna be it's gonna catch you off guard, but it's gonna be pretty dope. I'll say that.
I keep saying this too. A lot of like the rules for music are kind of changing. You know what I mean? Like not everybody's following that same, you know, verse, chorus, chorus, verse, or something. You know what I mean? This like or like just the very standard type of song patterns. Like a lot of times somebody will just go straight bars for, you know.
Yeah. No hooks are very popular nowadays.
Yeah, and then they'll switch into another beat where it's like a totally different song. You know what I mean? And then that one doesn't even have a chorus or anything like that. You know,
like the sicko mode.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, damn. I was like, just 3 beat changes in that. I was like, whoa, okay. Like this shit was fire.
It kind of opens up doors to kind of tell a story almost too for the producer. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I would like to say, what I like to do is I try to switch beats with that complements the rappers. Like in this No Real song, there was the Bay Area beat John Staten was rapping on, but he was talking about like the more woke shit, like, you know, Black Lives Matter, everything that's happening right now. He was talking about that. I was like, okay, that shit sounds sick. Like it sounded cool with the Bay Area beat I had on it, but I was like, actually, let me switch it and sample Jesus Walks.
Okay.
By Kanye.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like that song relates to what's going on now. And, you know, put a dope like piano melody over it. And so when I switched it and he heard it, he was like, oh shit. He's like, this shit goes with it pretty well. I was like, that's what I'm saying. And I flipped it pretty good because a lot of people don't notice it until I tell them that. They're like, oh shit, we didn't even notice that. I'm like, yeah. I was like, well, that's cool with me because, you know, I did it good to where if you don't notice the flip of the sample, it just sounds like a beat I made. I
watched this documentary about how Kanye made that beat. I think it was on A&E or something. Did you ever watch that?
No, I'm not gonna lie. I do watch a lot of documentaries about him in terms of beat making. But what was the thing?
Oh man, like I'm trying to remember what I forget what the name of the show was. It was on A&E, but I think the guy that sent him the original sample was, I think his name was God something. Oh, man, he was even on the song, but just or was it Rhymefest? I think it was Rhymefest actually.
Rhymefest wrote the lyrics for it.
Yeah,
for sure.
So he's the one that originally heard the beat, right? If I'm remembering the story correctly, he heard a tape which was it was a choir. It was a choir made out of addicts that were trying to be clean, and they were in like a little choir at a church group.
Oh shit.
And then so they wrote that song, and it was about like the struggle of them trying to be clean, and you could really hear the pain in the original song. And then Rhymefest heard that song and then sent it to Kanye and told Kanye like, "Yo, you got to hear this sample. You got to do something with this sample." And then Kanye took it, flipped it, made it the sample, made it what Jesus Walks is today. And he said, "Listen, man, thank you for sending me this. I'm gonna let you be on this, but this has got to be my song. I'm sorry, shit, bro. I just got to." And then they said okay, and he heard the beat, and it was Jesus Walks as we know it today. But
that's one of his hardest beats.
It's crazy though. Like every part of a song has a story. You know what I mean? Like each beat that you make, before somebody even raps on it, there's a whole story as to why that came about. You know what I mean? And it was just crazy how deep that story for that song went. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, a lot of like art imitates life. So when you're doing your music, do you kind of express what you're feeling in that moment on your beats? Are you that type of person?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I like to say the beat I've made that really expressed like how I was feeling is a song called Dreams Come True. Okay. Featuring Kingston Hughes. What I did was I sampled I Wonder by Kanye West.
Okay. I think we heard that one.
Okay,
today.
So yeah, that one, it was, I wanted a song that would be the outro for my album, but also show like, like everything's going well for me, this and that, like, all this stuff I put into with the music is gonna be good. It's gonna like, help me in the future. And so Dreams Come True came about. I heard the sample first from I Wonder, right? I didn't sample the actual Kanye song. I went to the original song. I forgot what his name was, but I sampled that instead.
I used to know it too. I seen a YouTube video and it had all the samples for that album, for the Graduation album.
Yeah. It's so I sampled that, and I made it more into a trap beat. You know what I'm saying? Made it more like modern as opposed to I Wonder. Yeah. So there's a lot of beats I've made that like expresses how I'm feeling. Especially the first song on Patiently Waiting, my album, is called Keep Moving Forward. I had a friend, rest in peace, Nick Young. He passed away. So I sampled Reborn by Kanye and Kid Cudi.
Okay.
And I sampled that, but not the actual song. I sampled his church choir singing it. And then I put like, a dope bass line over it and stuff like that. So that I was mourning over his loss, so I wanted to make a song that pays tribute to him.
Definitely.
So I like making songs that express how I feel.
I like that. I think a lot of people don't find things in their lives where they're able to kind of express themselves. You know what I mean? And music is something that takes you to a depth that a lot of people don't know how to even get to. So to be able to express how you feel through music is something really important.
I think that's the most important part of the art.
Yeah.
Is don't make the music just to make it. Do it because it's how you feel. So that's why I really think.
What do you think about some of the younger artists these days? Because it seems like some of them are just kind of just making music just to make noise rather than really say something.
I feel like a lot of people nowadays they're not making music because they love the art and the music. They're making it because it could get them a quick deal. It could get them quick money and like stuff like that. I feel like, and that takes away from the creativity of it. They're gonna try to mimic more people that they hear, and what they think is gonna give them money than doing something on their own. Yeah. That's why with the music I'm making right now, it's more of what I want to put out. Like a lot of people be telling me, they're like, "Why don't you make this type of beat? Why don't you make like T Grizzly type beats? Bay Area type beats? Try to be more with them." Like now I'm trying to be in my own lane. Yeah. Because I'm trying to be me. I'm not trying to be them.
Exactly.
So
that's when people fail. They try to be something else.
Exactly. So I'm trying to be more different. And then when people hit me up like, "Let me get a reggae type beat. Let me get a trap beat," then I could do it. I can't go to any other Bay Area producer and be like, "Let me get a Kanye beat." Because they're not gonna know how to do it because they never practice on doing it. Yeah. So I feel like developing the art in music and also loving music, it helps you a longer way. Artists nowadays, there's some that actually do, make dope music and put creativity towards it, but a lot of them, like on the other side, they just do it for fun. They don't look at it as like a long-term career. They look at it as like a short game.
Yeah.
To
Which is not how you can do this music thing.
exactly. And the thing is too, like me, like a lot of them, they want to branch out just Bay Area. Like that's the radius, Bay Area. Me, my goal is to at least branch out farther than that. Like, Bay Area, then Texas, then, Louisiana, then New York.
Then nationwide.
Yeah, exactly.
Then worldwide.
Exactly. See, I want farther goals. I don't want the same goals to keep in place. Because now, like, popping rappers from 2 years ago, even a year ago, where are they at now? Because they never changed their style. They never adapted to a new sound. Like Drake, he's been out forever. New sound every single time.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna close out here in a quick sec. I got a couple minutes left with you, brother. But I wanted to ask you, what do you say to the young person listening out there that loves music and has a passion for this? What would you say to kind of encourage them to keep on with it?
I'll say just to be you. Don't fall into the peer pressure of creating something that you don't want to create. I'll say this, create something that you feel like is going to impress you and motivate you into continuing a long part of this game.
Yeah.
Because if you keep doing stuff you don't like to do, you're eventually going to fall off and think it's boring.
Yeah.
And you don't want that.
100%.
Hey, you don't want that. You just want to, like my song, keep moving forward, right? You can make like the cool little trap, babe beats on the side,
Mm-hmm.
but make the beats you want to make.
Yeah. Definitely.
So, exactly.
So where can everybody find you, man?
I have Instagram. So I have Instagram. Follow me at DJ Vetti. Also on Twitter at DRevetti22. I am on all platforms: Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal. A lot of people don't really use Tidal, but I'm SoundCloud.
You out there though?
Exactly. Just type in DJ Vetti is there. Listen to my album Patiently Waiting. Listen to my new song No Rules featuring Don Stadium, Skipper. I got new songs coming out. It's cool.
What's it? And you don't have a name for the project coming out, right?
No, not really.
Not yet.
I'm trying to think of a dope ass name. I'm trying to think of a dope one. Something artistic.
When do you think that one's gonna be coming out?
Shit, where are we in September?
Yep.
Shit, we gonna have to push it out to damn near January.
Okay.
I want to really take my time on this, because this project, I want to take my time, fully like perfect the mix and mastering, and also get bigger features on it too. The last one had dope features.
Mm-hmm.
This one I'm gonna get the same people on the album, but also with bigger features. Help put them on too.
Yep.
It's all about everyone being a whole. Like, it's not just me getting the collaboration. I want them to collaborate with each other.
Definitely.
And, make more good music.
Well, shoot, man. Anything on our end that we could do to help promote it, I'd love to get you back on here in the future.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna have to talk about the culture a little bit. You know what I mean?
Oh shit, yeah.
We'll get to that one at the next time. But man, follow him, man. Instagram, Twitter. Are you on YouTube too?
Yeah, I have a like the topic shit. It was a DJ Vetti topic. You'll see my shit, but I do have music videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
Right. So you could follow them. Yeah.
Yep. Go look it up. DJ Vetti. It's your boy GM Talkingshift. Like, comment, subscribe, show some love. Tell somebody to go watch us, man. If you don't want to actually listen to it, you could show love somehow. But we appreciate you, man, and I can't wait to have you through it again. Mm-hmm. Everybody check it out. No Rules, man.
Okay,
DJ Vetti, we out here. Talking shift.
Yeah.